Okay, y'all. Hello and good morning. So I just got done at the gym. I already had my protein shake. And then I also had a boiled egg and a couple turkey sticks. So now I am trying to hydrate before I get to mowing. We've finally gotten a bunch of rain, so it's time to mow. But I just wanted to remind y'all, stay hydrated. I know it's cooling off, but you still gotta drink your water. And I know you're doing a bunch of stuff and you're around a bunch of people that you're normally not around. Start drinking your vitamin C. You will thank me later. I mixed both of them together. Just like that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good stuff. Anyways, this is like an off-brand vitamin C. It's not Emergen-C, but it's the same stuff. So, I don't know if you want to try that out. I found it at Brookshire's. It was like, I want to say 40% less than how much Emergen-C costs. But anyways, so we've been hunting this past week. Opening day was the first Saturday of November. So today's the 11th. We were hunting for a straight 8 days, and on that 8th day I finally got something. Not much, but it's still a harvest. I ended up with a button buck. At first I thought it was just a little doe, and I was upset about it, and then I found out it was a buck. I don't know what it is, but I was like, okay, I can deal with a button buck on my conscience. So there's that. That's very exciting. We're gonna have the best meat you can possibly have back in our freezer. We're still gonna hunt the rest of the season, so we'll keep y'all updated on our harvest, but stay tuned for a meat packaging video because I want you guys to see just how much meat you can get from a button buck. And I think you're gonna be surprised how much meat is actually on a smaller deer. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed, and y'all can watch that later. But today I am just kind of getting back to normal. I have not been to the gym because we have been hunting every single day. So I went today, very light day. I just did abs, and then I did incline on the treadmill for like 15 minutes. So I didn't want to pull anything because that's what happens with my body whenever I am stationary and sitting in a box blind for hours and hours and hours every day. It really messes up my back and my neck, not to mention holding the gun the whole time, making sure going up and down. I mean, there's a lot of movements, and I shot it a few times on Sunday, so my shoulder is a little bit like, hey girl, are we gonna work this out? And I'm like, yes, but give me a little bit of time. So tomorrow's leg day, and then Wednesday will be back to arms and all my gains and stuff. So yeah, so I just planted garlic and onions in the 3 beds that I had by my hops. So I've got a total of, so far, I'm going to be building a lot more beds once I have a little bit of extra money to throw at the lumber for it. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 beds. 3 of the beds just have garlic and just have onions. So let me show y'all what I got going on. Seriously though, drink your vitamin C. Kids wipe their nose and touch everything, and you do not want nasty kid germs, because it is like the holidays, and that is like, you know, the kid time. So invest in your health, please, y'all. So here is bed number 1. He is the 4 foot across or 3 foot across. Did I do 3? I think I did. 3 foot across. This is just 2 foot across. But I planted all of my garlic in here. The soil that's in this bed is compost, topsoil, chicken litter, leaves, and then topped again with the compost. So it's extremely nutritional for the plants. Like when it starts, it's not all the way broken down, so it's gonna, like, there's some sticks and stuff like that in here, and of course there's acorns because you can't get leaves without getting acorns. But over time, it's going to take a hot minute for all of this, the nutrients, to get out of everything that's in here, which is great. Nothing is hot. The chicken litter was old chicken litter, so it's already gone through the processes for the nitrogen to break down and be useful, but it won't burn my plants. But there is a bunch of garlic cloves planted on up in this one. Over here, it's the same situation, except for it is onions. So the only thing I'm concerned about is the fact that some of our soil is clayey, but I'm thinking me adding the leaves and the compost and mixing it in, it should help with the aeration of the soil, and the onions should be just fine. Like you can see, it's kind of muddy right here, and it's like, you know, it's clayey, very thick, but once it breaks down, I really do feel like this will be just fine. And it's the same with this guy over here. All of these are onions. So it's still warm here in Texas, which is wild, I know. But I will be topping these guys with another wheelbarrow full of leaves. So each one is going to have, like, you know, that thick of leaves on top. That way it helps with retaining the moisture, and if or when the frost comes, it will also help keep the frost off of the tender leaves that will be popping up. Now, as you can see, I still have all of this space to build my beds, which I will. However, it's just going to take time. We don't have the money to just throw at things, especially right now during the holiday season, where, you know, like everybody else is having a little bit of a hard time catching up with the price increase of everything. So hopefully that starts to subside, and everybody's living a little bit more comfortably to where we can finish out large projects like this, you know. And it's really like, all I need is an extra $300 for lumber, and I can build the rest of my beds down this lane. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because it's going to mirror this side. So 7 more beds, and then I know I'm going to have a little bit of extra lumber, which would be great, because back here I'm going to have a little sitting area with an arbor type of situation. It'll be kind of like a gazebo. That's what I want, but it'll be more rectangular. And I want vines to be able to grow up on it. So I want to try grapes again. And I eventually want, you know, like a little arbor sitting area with grapes that you could just pick off, you know, and eat while you're sipping your wine or whatever out here, or whiskey, whatever tittles your fancy. But yeah, that's the plan. And of course, rock is all going to go up in here too, nice and thick. We don't want these weeds popping up like in the other garden that I finished. For the most part, that nut grass just went absolutely buck wild in there, and we have to kill all that grass and add, like, you know, a good 2 inches, at least 3 inches really is what I'd like, of pea gravel to hopefully smother it and not give it access to pop through again. But that is an issue I have had even with my tarped area, the landscape fabric. you still have those issues. So keep that in mind if you're planning on building your garden or starting it soon too. Sorry, a wasp just flew by really fast. Oh, I see him. So now that I showed y'all something that I just planted, let's go check out some things that I planted a few weeks ago. Still need to hang up all of the Christmas lights. It's gonna be awesome. So over in this first bed, I had my zinnias and I literally just pulled them because, oh hey, there's a buddy. Hey friend, why you gotta look at me side-eyed like that? Bombastic side-eye. Oh, hey. We could be friends if you'd let me. Anyways, let's get to talking about this. So I just went ahead and pulled my zinnias from here. But I also planted a crap load of garlic. So all of these leaves that you see right here, this is garlic. This is garlic, that's garlic. All of it is garlic. So I'm going to be feeding heavy. And then I think I'm only gonna feed heavy once. Water it in really, really well. And then cover all this with leaves so we can prepare for the winter when it does freeze. Now over here, I also planted a little bit of garlic just on this side. So what I'm doing is I'm planting the garlic for us to eat, but also to help deter pests as well. So it's not just, to eat it, it's, to help with pest control. But all of this that you see that has survived and made it is kale. So all of these are just baby kales. They're super happy. I am going to fertilize for sure in here. I think that they deserve it. I also have this growing over here as well. It kind of reminds me of purslane, but I'm not quite sure. And it's in this bed now. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay. I need to Google that and see what the heck it is. This is a weed. That is not anything. This is also it, too. So this, see how it's like red? That's what that stuff is over there. It's really cute. It's like a little succulent that grows little yellow flowers. So it's probably something completely different. But the kale's growing nicely in this one. This one, the kale is struggling, but I don't know if you can see this. This one has light. This one does not. It's a lot more shaded. And it's obviously due to the tree line and how the sun comes up and kind of like where this is positioned at. So now that I have seen this, I will probably plant something that, obviously does not rely heavily on sunlight. But this does stay shaded pretty much, I would say, the majority of the day, just because of the location of this bed. Now, what's funny is the same one on the opposite side is totally different. This guy definitely gets enough sun, and it's because there's this break right here in the tree line, but my freaking asparagus will not stop growing. And I mean, I'm excited and I'm happy about it, but also I'm like, okay, dude, I need you to chill out. You're supposed to keep all of this energy and give me spears next year that are super big. But look at this. This is the first year of planting these too. It's crazy. The asparagus is doing great. I've had issues with fire ants in all of my beds. So I have been using orange oil and boiling water and just pouring it onto the bed itself. They normally go up in the corners, and so far it seems to have worked because I'm not seeing a new bed. I do still see ants, so they might be further down in there. Oh, I see them. They're starting to come right here on the edges. See, they're going away from the orange oil. They do not like orange oil. But anywho, so as you can see, this is more of that nut grass chilling in here. But I also planted kale in here as well with my hollyhocks and my lamb's ear. So I do have to clean this bed out. However, it does have quite a bit of fire ants in it, so I'm gonna wait because the nut grass really is not doing anything. If you don't get it all, then there's no point in trying to get it anyway at this moment. It will take over, but I have other things growing in here, so it's not like it's gonna take over like that. Now, my transplanted lamb's ear are doing so lovely. They're all very happy. If you remember that video, yes, they made it. Something is definitely trying to eat it a little bit. I don't know who would be doing that. That's kind of odd, but that is okay. But now I have 4 extra plants, and obviously I could pull so much more off of that guy, but I think I'm gonna wait because my daughter's the one that decided to grab it at the at the store. So I kind of feel bad if I just kind of diminished it down to like, 1 stalk. I know it'll explode again, but she's like, Mom, that's my plant, not yours. I'm like, okay. There's nothing really growing in this bed right here. It's got a little bit of flowers that I just threw in here randomly, just trying to get something in there. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a lot more compost into this bed because it is quite low. And then I think I'm just going to cover it with leaves and kind of hold on to it. That way this bed is prepared and ready for next spring. I don't think I'm going to plant anything else in this bed per se. So it's not a lot, but it is a start. And again, I need to invest in some fertilizer for these guys and throw it on in here. I'm going to do the same for our other beds just right across the way. And hopefully we'll have some really large garlic cloves and really large bulbous onions. Thank y'all so much for watching. I know there wasn't too much in this video, but really I'm just trying to play catch up. Again, hunting for like a whole week has kind of thrown me off, but I will be getting back at it, as you can see. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will catch y'all later. Bye.